So the first thing that I'm going to point out and recommend is you need to understand that you only have one chance to live your life. And that's what's going to help you to be serious about your goals. There's probably many reasons why people don't take their goals seriously. I don't know everything. In fact, I don't claim to know anything. But I can say from my experience, one of the reasons why I wasn't taking my goals seriously, and one reason why some other people aren't taking their goals seriously, is because they're not aware of time. They're not aware of how evanescent their life is, how short their life is, and how they only have one chance. You know, people think of the 90-day challenge and, well, I can just do that later. I can always do the 90-day challenge. Like, I can just do that whenever I want to. I can do it later. I'll do it next month. I'll do it next year. I'll do it whenever I care, whenever I feel like it. So it's no big deal to do PMO because I can just do the 90-day challenge whenever. But there's only 4 90s in a year. There's 90 days only happens 4 times a year, bro. And how many times have you like neglected the 90-day challenge? You know what I mean? How many times, how many months, how many years have gone by, and you just keep saying the same things like, well, let's do that later. Fuck. Who cares? I'll just do that later. You know what I mean? Maybe you take it seriously for a while, but then, hey, fuck. I already hit 20 days, I already hit 30 days. Might as well just go for a few relapses and then carry on. But the thing is, bro, you only have so many fucking 90 days in your life. Think about it. If, let's say you live to, 90 years old, that's about 30,000 days. I'm not the best at math. Okay, so forgive me. But in a lifetime, 90-year lifetime, there's about 333 sets of 90. So the 90-day challenge, 90 set of 90 days, passes by about 333 times in our life. But how many have you already wasted? How many years have you, said you were going to quit PMO and you're still doing PMO? So, but the thing is, man, like, okay, it's not just like, okay, 333 90 days. That kind of sounds like a lot. Hey, man, that's a lot of 90 days. So that's a lot of PMO I could do, right? Hey, I just do 10 more 90 days. No big deal, dude. I still got 200 and blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? But the thing is, like, dude, what are you going to do? Start nofap when you're 60? I'm not saying 60 years old is like you're about to die, but I'm just saying, like, okay, that's like the ending chapters of your life. So you're just going to wait till the end? I don't know how old you are, man. But my point is, like, dude, it's not just that you have 333 90 days in your life. That's the average life, that is. But it's that, dude, you never get one of those 90 days back. You only get to live each year once. You only get to live your life once. So you got to use that. You have to contemplate that and use that understanding to wake you up, man. Like, fuck. You only have one chance to succeed with your life. You only have one chance to get it right. Okay, if you mess up, you know, if you just keep messing up, then that part of your life is always messed up. You know? So that's how you got to start taking your dreams seriously, man. There's not infinite time to just mess around. PMO. Like, dude, your life is ending day by day, man. You never get these days back. You never get this time back, bro. So you got to contemplate that, man, and really take it seriously. I only have one chance to live my life. So what am I going to make of it? And that helps me to be serious about nofap. Now, I've always been quite mindful of time on nofap. At least I've tried my best, you know. A concept that I developed when I was first starting out was, in 90 days, I'm going to be somewhere. I can do the 90-day challenge and be 90 days closer to my dreams, or I can do 90 days of PMO and be 90 days farther away from my dreams. 90 days further into depressing addiction zone. And I tried to use that as a guidance system to be mindful of time. Hey man, the time's going to pass no matter what. 90 days is going to pass no matter what. In 90 days I'm going to be somewhere. So do I want to be somewhere positive or negative? Do I want to be so fulfilled and stoked and happy, or depressed and miserable and sad? And that can help. Think about that. Another concept of time that that helped me a lot on nofap is realizing that every day that you abstain, that's a little bit of rewiring that you do. You're that much closer to freedom. Because if you can just go long enough, you'll overcome the addiction and the urges will start disappearing. Now, it takes a long time, but that's why every day is important. Every day is like a brick that you have to build your new life with. And every relapse, you're destroying what you've already created. Every day, you're one step closer to freedom and fulfillment, happiness, positivity, and a beautiful life. But every time you just look at one picture and start relapsing, you're destroying what you've already created. And it's just going to take, you're not making progress at that point if you just keep going back and forth. So it's like every day is super important. You might just see one day of nofap as like, well, nothing's going to change in one day of nofap, so might as well just do a little PMO. But it's like, that's not true. Because it takes one day at a time to recover your life. So every day is really, really, really important. The power of one day. Knowing the power of one day of nofap will definitely help you on this journey, for sure. It'll make it seem worthwhile to practice nofap. Because when you're in the moment, you can justify PMO and everything, right? But you have to find a way to justify nofap. So that's one way to make sense of the situation. Because sometimes we lose sight of that, you know? We lose sight of the power of one day. But one day is critically important because it's only day by day that anything positive happens. So every day that we succeed on nofap, wow, we're one day closer to our dreams and a beautiful life. That's pretty cool, huh? I only have one shot to be a good person in life. I only have one shot to live a good life, a virtuous life. So I can't waste this opportunity that I have. I have to make my life worth remembering. I have to make it into a story worth telling. I have to make it a life worth experiencing. And I have to become a person worth being. Otherwise, I'll never find fulfillment and happiness in life. That's what I learned. That's what I realized. I'm not going to be happy if I waste my life. You have one fucking shot with your life, bro. Why not be the best that you can be? Why not do the most that you can do? Make as many friends as you can. Be as positive as you can. Help as many people as you can. Make as much money as you can. Be as charitable as you can. Give as much of it away as you can. Be as good as you can, as cool as you can, as noble as you can, as kind as you can. Make your life as beautiful as you can, as great as you can. Why not? Why not make your life as beautiful as possible? Why not become as virtuous as you can? Why not be the best you can be and do the most you can do and dream the most that you can dream and create the most you can create and live as much as you can possibly live? Why not? You only have one opportunity to do it. And when you're doing PMO, your life is spiraling downhill, downwards into a dark abyss of depression and being suicidal, shame, guilt, loneliness, isolation, darkness, addiction, misery, pain, misfortune, tragedy. Everything will be destroyed and ruined in a chasm of isolating addiction, and it'll ruin your whole life day by day. That's what, every time you do PMO, you're one step closer to that. And it gets worse and worse. So if you think you've got it bad now, it gets much worse. Don't care how bad you've got it. If you keep doing drugs, PMO, it'll get worse. And it gets much worse. If you think you lost everything, you don't know how much you still have left. You don't know how much you can still get back. You don't know how much of this is reversible. It's all reversible. And you can get your whole life back. You can find happiness again. But it starts day by day, piece by piece. And if you've been doing PMO for 10, 5, 15 years, whatever, that's a lot of negative energy that you've created in your life. And it's going to take a lot of positive change to overcome it. But you can do it. It's just going to take a lot of effort, a lot of change. If you can get rid of your cell phone, do it. If you can get rid of your computer, do it. Maybe you can leave it at school, at your parents' house, at your job, in your car. Get it out of your life, man. Distance yourself from PMO as much as possible, man. Get rid of it. Get an old school phone. You can't even use the internet. Whatever. Get rid of the internet if you don't need it. And start making big, drastic changes with your life, man. You know? Big, drastic changes. You need to put yourself in a situation where PMO is not an option. So you got to contemplate it, like, what situation, if I was in, would I never relapse? Never lose hope. Never lose faith in that vision. Never forget the importance of every day of abstinence and sobriety is going to take you step by step to health and the place that you want to be in life. We got one shot, man. Let's go.